CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products, such as our can-can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American-made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
And good morning, everyone. How are you? Good to see you, Dab Star. Hey, haven't seen you in a long time. You got in before the time even started. That's pretty cool. Hey, Smart Kitty, good morning. Antonio, hello, everybody. How are you? Purnell, good to see you. Marco, how are you? Gary, good to see you. Hope we see Hugh someday. Good morning. Hey, Bill, good to see you. How is everybody doing today? Hey, Donna. If you will, please share this and retweet this. Hey, Clint, good to see you. And as we're doing that, I'm going to read you Psalm 113. Praise, O servants of the Lord, praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun to its going down, the Lord's name is to be praised. The Lord is high above all nations, his glory above the heavens. Who is like the Lord our God, who dwells on high, who humbles himself to behold the things that are in the heavens and in the earth? He raises the poor out of the dust and lifts the needy out of the ash heap, that he may seat him with princes of his people. He grants the barren woman a home like a joyful mother of children. Praise the Lord. So thank you, everybody, for inviting people in. I know some people aren't getting notifications. Some people also, hey, Bluegrass, good to see you. In Florida, some people are still without electricity. And so it's going to be one of those days. Hey, Josette, good to see you. How is everybody? Adelmosto, how are you? And again, if you would please invite your followers and retweet this so we can bring more people in and get started. Very lot happening today. Hello, Beck. Good to see you. Thank you for inviting everybody in. Welcome, Unapologetic, your first day on Periscope. How are you? Okay, so let's get started. There's a lot of information to go over today, as one might expect. Good to see you. Now, here's some breaking news. Hey, Huey, good to see you. Hey, Barbara. Thank you, Aletha, for the super hearts. Really appreciate it. Hugh, good morning. I was starting to give up on you, thinking you weren't going to be here. So excited to finally be on Periscope. Well, I'm glad you're with us, Unapologetic. Hey, Chicago Pops, good to see you. Okay, some of the breaking news. This is unfortunate news coming out of Florida. 5 people were found dead in a nursing home that had been left without power from Irma. Hey, One Fred, good to see you. So very sad news. That was in Hollywood, California. Hollywood, Florida, excuse me. And I know, Barbara, really tragic news. And the 100 that were remaining have now been relocated because the heat was so excessive where they are. So very sad. Oh, you're in Toronto for the weekend. Well, I'm glad you're back, Hugh. We missed you, as always. Hey, Donnie. Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Also, there's another problem being created. I wanted Hillary to do this stuff. I'll tell you in just a second, Marco. Hillary news. The sewage treatment facilities in and around in the areas in Florida have submerged. They lost power. They submerged, and they're now leaking. So there's going to be a lot of raw sewage that people are going to come in contact with, and that's not going to be a good thing when that happens. Probably a lot of hepatitis. Thank you for the super hearts, Barbara. And so pray for those people. Things aren't over down there in Florida. It also looks like about 25% of the homes in the Florida Keys were destroyed, according to FEMA. Big Al, that stinks. Hey, Ruthie, good to see you. And so that's, a really horrible, horrible news. No dating advice for you. How about get married to the right person? Hey, Ken, welcome. It's your first day on Periscope. So anyway, continue to pray for those people in Florida. President Trump is scheduled to go down there on Thursday to assess the damage and talk to the people in Florida. So that was announced yesterday. So Hillary Clinton, how to find the right woman. Do you believe in God? That's one way. Hey, Pernell, thank you so much for the super hearts. You have to start with the right base first. Yes, it was on CNN. Okay. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Well, so Hillary, a couple of things about Hillary. Yeah, the devastation is going to continue. That means a lot of people are probably going to have, probably hepatitis. What's the dollar amount of damages in Florida? I have no idea NCAA yet. They haven't really talked about that too much. Hey, Kenneth, good to see you. Going to be a lot of damage, though, especially down in the Florida Keys. Just absolutely insane amount of damage. The Virgin Islands, practically every building in the Virgin Islands was either destroyed or damaged by the hurricane. Yeah, really horrible. A lot of people lost everything. So they got hit a lot worse, I think, than the United States. And, well, it is part of the United States, but we're not hearing much about it. Yeah, very bad news. So Hillary said that one of the reasons that she voted, now this is for all of you women. Yeah, she's destroying her own party with her Hillary book tour, Bluegrass. You're so right. All heads not showing today. What do you mean by that, Barbara? So anyway, Hillary said that the reason she lost the presidency was because you women, you weak women out there, allowed your husbands. Oh yeah, Barbara, most of them are without electricity still. You allowed your husbands to persuade you from not voting. Your husbands, your fathers, your boyfriends, and your male bosses. So, hey, Lori, good to see you. Once again, you men are to blame for Hillary losing. And you weak women are to blame for allowing yourselves to be, to be influenced by those men. Monique said, good morning. She's driving and listening and hands-free on this wonderful 2-year wedding anniversary of hers. Wow, I cannot believe it's been 2 years. Also just heard about the nursing home victims. So sad. I know, Monique. Not true. My husband encouraged me to vote, and I did for Trump. I know. She said she would have gotten, well, she claims she got more female votes than Obama, and she's very pleased about that. Everybody, say hello to Dabstar, who's in there. He's been out for a while, but he's back in today. So say hi. A lot of people are still without electricity and aren't in today. So unfortunately, nobody in my whole life tells me how to vote. I know, Barbara. I mean, seriously. Shame on us women. I know. You weak women allowing your husbands, your fathers, your boyfriends, and any other male to tell you what to do. Hey, Donna. I thought that was hilarious. Miss Stand By Your Man. How feminist of her, Julia said. Yes. Shows you what she thinks about women, huh? My wife encouraged me not to vote for Hillary, Chicago Pop said. I know. If you voted for Hillary, you need to have your head examined. What happened should be, who cares? Yeah, she is out of touch. Yeah, what a Crockbeck says. Absolutely. Just absolutely crazy. We're getting other news too. Let me find out where I wrote this down. Basically, the Clinton State Department. Here are the allegations. The Clinton State Department pressured 2 contractors to stay silent about security breaches that happened in Benghazi. Hey, Patricia, they went down after everything had happened in with the ambassador and all the other people being killed down there in Benghazi. They went down after, I guess, for the kind of like the cleanup, and they were pressured to stay quiet. It says one contractor was shocked by the security company that the State Department had in place because it had never had a diplomatic security contract and no high threat contacts anywhere. So it sounds like a lot of what they were doing was trying to go as cheap as they could, getting people that were called security in there to help out. And I guess what is also not shocking, but should be shocking, that some of those people that did all of that with the State Department and put the quote-unquote security in place for Benghazi, okay, Winfred, they are still there. So they're still making decisions for other embassies for the United States around the country. So those same people that screwed up so badly for Benghazi are still there. Just heard Pelosi dining with Trump tonight. I know that she's meeting with Paul Ryan today because they're going to talk about DACA. Bill said, saw this, such clear evidence that Hillary and company caused it. You know, when are we going to ever do anything? Monique said, if not for my husband watching Fox, I'd never have voted for Trump. So glad I did. Yeah, Monique, I hope you would never have voted for Hillary, but so glad that you voted for Trump. When are we ever going to see any justice being done out of Benghazi, with the Hillary Clinton Foundation? Awkward and interesting dinner. You know, let's talk about that a minute. Are you guys comfortable with the president starting to do everything, not everything, but things with DACA and maybe tax reform with a bipartisan viewpoint? Hey, Carol Ann, good to see you. Are you happy about that? Are you happy with him? Julia says, no way. No, Donna said. Anybody else want to weigh in on that? Hey, Lisa, thank you for sharing. Anybody else happy with the bipartisan? Carol Ann says, yes. Patricia says, no to DACA. Think bipartisan is good, Smart Kitty said. Dawn says, I trust him. Smart City Kitty says, yes. They were trying to keep them quiet, but now they are talking. That's right, Josette. I'm not okay with much he does, period. Well, love. You're in the wrong scope then. Clinton time is coming. Not sure when, but it's coming. Yes, I trust Trump completely. Smart Kitty says, hey, Robert, good morning. Thank you for the super hearts, Lori. You know, yeah, Donna said, kind of unsure, I need to research. Bill says, no, but I'm not, but I think he's using it as a chip to be able to motivate the Republican Party. Carol Ann said, because I believe there's a better plan and solution. I am in agreement with, thank you for the flowers, Robert. I'm in agreement with Bill. I think he is doing this to say, look, Republican Party, Congress. Hey, Martin, good to see you. Hey, Chips ahoy. Mike. Depends on how and what deals he makes. Yeah, unapologetic. I think what he's trying to do, Don, thank you for the super hearts, is trying to say to the GOP, look, you've got nothing done. You have done nothing. Julia said it's not about trusting Trump. It's about not trusting those around him. True. He's fighting a fire under the rear. He's lighting a fire under the rear, as Mary Ann said. Comey is being investigated per DOJ. DACA, there should be some middle ground. I think it's just that he's saying to the GOP, you've done nothing. You're getting nothing done for the American people. You right at this moment, you're not an asset. You're a detriment. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over here and start doing some things. Thanks for the welcome. You don't like opinions other than yours. Good for you and your old ideas. No, it's not I don't like opinions. I just said you're probably in the wrong scope because this is a scope where everybody likes Donald Trump. I listen to opinions all the time, but, you know, you don't have to start being name-calling and critical about that. I'm being truthful with you, and you're kind of being name-calling. But whatever. So I don't know if this is going to help the GOP or not. Really not sure. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. If it's going to light a spark, well, there goes your name-calling, and there you get blocked for that. So there you go. Not very much love in that nail polish. But anyway, sometimes in life you have to work with people you may disagree with. That's life. You cannot alienate yourself, Josette said. Trump is sick the do-nothing. Trump is sick of the do-nothing Congress. Hey, Catherine. Yeah, I think so. I think really that's what it is. He's trying to light a fire and a spark into them. And it's also saying, you know, Sarah Huckabee Sanders came out yesterday and said, we're probably going to have to work with the the Democrats in regards to tax reform. I mean, if you're not going to get rid of that supermajority that you need at 60 some votes, go to 51 at 60 and to go to 51, you're not going to get anything. Hey, John, good to see you. And on that, blocked, yes. When the name calling starts, that's when the blocking begins, because that's ridiculous. So, I think we're going to have to just see how this works out. He figured out Ryan is against him. Yeah, Marianne, I don't know. That's so obvious to me that, that shouldn't be a mystery. And I don't think it is. If Comey were to go down, could Hillary be reinvestigated? Please, Kenneth said. Yeah, there's no reason that we can't investigate Hillary again right now. There's absolutely no reason. Love the nail polish comment, going to use that. Oh, gosh. No mystery. Yeah, you're going to have to speak English because we don't speak Spanish or any other languages in here. Some people might, but we don't understand you if you don't speak English. Maybe they are working behind the scenes, Ruthie said. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Some of it I'm not so sure I like. I'm still very leery of McMaster. Patricia said Ryan needs to be voted out. I think McMaster is still doing a lot of things that are, his globalist views. I don't like the fact, again, that his foreign policy views are aligned with Obama, how he feels about ISIS, how he feels about Israel. The people from the Obama administration that he's hired and getting rid of the other people. Does Hillary know how much she shows she is nuts on this tour? Barbara said, I'm not sure. Vote out the rhinos, Lori said. Yes. Hillary needs a striped suit, John said. Many people feel that way. Catherine is over there on YouTube. Hey, Catherine, good to see you over there. We need to oust the sewer. Are you getting the feeling, though, that I'm getting that the sewer is so thick there's nowhere for the swamp to drain? I mean, I'm starting to, the more I hear, the more I research, the more I learn. Hey, Marvin, the more I feel that there's no place for the sewer to go. Fred's back. Fire them all. Let's switch her pantsuit for a jumpsuit. Yeah, we could have a striped jumpsuit. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't know why. Well, you know why. Why we're not investigating Hillary. Because we've been told there's so much corruption in the FBI and the DOJ that they don't want to be outed, basically. McConnell and his boys need to go. The ARP eligible need to retire, Purnell said. You and I would be... Oh, we'd be in jail, Marion. We would have been in jail a long time ago if we'd done anything close to what she's being accused of. Hillary, I know what happened. Trump happened. Yep. Yes, Cully. Cully, do you know that it's your fault that Hillary wasn't elected? Because you're a guy. I'm just great. How are you, Ba? It's your fault, Cully. You are just one of those despicable men that Hillary can't stand. And it's your fault. Those crooks looking after each other's asses. Yes, Marvin, they certainly are. Well, we need to get Roto-Rooter over there. Thank you. Yes, feels great, Cully said. No, thought it was the women. No, Barbara, it was the women. The women were so weak. They had to have the men tell them what to do. And it was the strong men that told the weak women not to vote for Hillary. And they didn't vote for Hillary either. Thank you, Bob. They are getting rich off of selling out the American people. Yes. Before she calls my husband despicable, she needs to look at Bill. Oh, God, please, let's not look at Bill. Orange should be Hillary's new color. Yeah, Hugh, orange is the new black for Hillary. I know, Donna's so weak. Poor POTUS, when you are up to your butt in alligators, it's hard to remember your objective was to drain the swamp. Yes. Too many excuses, no solutions. Every week it's someone new who is responsible for her loss. Russians, whites, women, the DNC. I know. Bill will be next. I wasn't sure who I was going to vote for, but already knew about Hillary and all of her lies by watching her hearings on C-SPAN Live. She was the biggest liar, very evil, and that's what opened my eyes, Monique said. Well, no, Monique, that was, thank you, Ba. That was unusual because a lot of women heard her and voted for her anyway. It had to be mansplained to the... Hugh said it had to be mansplained to the women. I put a Trump happened heart post it on a couple of Hillary's books in the bookstore. Oh my gosh, Alisa, that's funny. Did anybody watch the Hillary book signing yesterday? I guess Laura Loomer, whatever her name is, went up and said something to her about what happened. I don't know. I don't like those type of sabotage type things, so I didn't watch it. Somebody was saying she looked really good, so she must have had a body double there. So I don't know. I didn't see. You had drying paint to watch, Marianne said. The weak women are the ones who voted her out of office. We're strong because we're strong. Yep. Yeah, I didn't see it. I watched like 2 seconds of it, and I thought, I don't want to see this. I don't like news that's created. I like news that happens, not created. So I'm going to do that. So funny. I know the Post-it things was crazy. Yes, it was pretty good because it took Hillary by surprise. Then you got sick after you watched it. While I was at work, her trolls looked pathetic. Yeah. Every campaign speech of hers I watched involved the message, vote for me because I am a woman. Exactly. I don't like stunt journalism. I don't either, Julia. Think that's a good terminology. I don't like it at all. I like what's real, not what's created by somebody. I don't like made-up fake news. I mean, I think there was enough about Hillary that you didn't have to do that stunt journalism. People in the Caribbean love her to pieces. Gosh, I have no idea why. That's not funny. I'm an author and not a supporter of, but adding to other. I couldn't read the rest of that. Hey, Ann, good to see you. Are you talking about it's not funny to have people come up and say that? Oh, or put Post-its on there. Heard her book is half the price. Yeah, it was 40% off. They slashed it. Hillary came to my house with a signed book. I would not open the door, Cully said. Uma was there with, no, you're kidding. Oh, yeah, putting Post-its on there. Hey, Angeline, good morning. Yeah, and I can understand that. If you've written a book, you wouldn't want people to put Post-its on there. I know some of the bookstores hide books. I like that less, even less. She was hanging back, though, Lisa said. Well, she's still getting paid by Hillary. Uma needs to be in jail, too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there seems to be a lot against her. Hey, Joyce, Hillary is used to that. She believes her own lies anyway. That's true. Hugh said nothing could be further from the truth. Women are quite capable of making up their own minds. I totally agree there, Hugh. Thanks for the firewood, Antonio said he would say. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I think it was funny when we're asked, is President Trump going to read that book? And I think Sarah was saying something like, he kind of already knows about Hillary. What is there to read? Some people are saying there are already like 12 lies that they had cited in that book. Yes, hey, who are you? I would say, I know who you are and get off my property. Stop reading, Beck said. It's real what Hillary Clinton has done. I like seeing Hillary get a taste of reality from Laura Loomer, Patricia said. Yeah, some people like that. It's all satire. Sick your horse on her. I love my horse. Why would I do that? Her book of lies. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine after one failed book that they would go ahead and do that again. I know, John, we talked about that at the very beginning, about the 5 that were dead in the nursing home. It is very sad. A waste of time to read it. I wouldn't even use it to prop anything up on it. I mean, I literally would throw that out if it ended up in my house. Yeah, from what I heard, Lisa, it was marked down 40% already. Avoid watching anything with Hillary that cackle. With all the excerpts released, why bother buying it, Julia said. You probably got the highlights. Is she? Yeah, she's really on a book tour, Marianne. Where was she yesterday? Was it New York? I thought that's where she was. It was in New York. Or either New York or D.C. I don't know. I can't remember which one she was in. And remember, Hillary's done with being a candidate, but she's not done with politics. Satire or not, she deserves to know we haven't forgotten, Patricia said. Yep, and she should always remember that we haven't forgotten. We don't want the horse. No, we don't. The book signing party seems small. Yeah, I mean, I did see a lot of people in there, but I don't know how long the lines truly were. Cernovich thought it was a good book, but he plays both sides anyway, Joyce said. We know who she is, and we saw what she did. We should tell her what happened. Yeah, does anybody, Joyce was just saying Cernovich thought it was a good book, but he plays both sides. Do other people, have you heard of that rumor as well? Her book came out on the anniversary of Benghazi. I know how absolutely repulsive, Patricia, that she would do that around that date. There could have been any other date and time, but she did that. Disrespectful, exactly. Disgusting, yes, so repulsive, Aletha said. Yeah, I think if that's true about Cernovich playing both sides, I can't see anything honorable about that. So, the families of the Benghazi will get justice, I believe, Josette said. That is one thing that happened. Yeah. Okay, so some news out of South Korea. They've confirmed that there are traces of radioactive, I guess it's Zion gas, from North Korea from their last nuclear test, but they're not sure if it's from a hydrogen bomb. So I like that, Donna. That's great. I hope they get justice. Me too. They deserve justice. Patricia said that Hillary is evil. Yes. Her actions are certainly evil. How you could look those people in the eyes, the parents of those that died in Benghazi, her and Obama standing there talking to them, I have no idea how you do that if you have a soul. She's never met her advance yet. What book? We know what happened. The anniversary of Benghazi just shows how callous and arrogant she is, John said. She has no soul, Chicago Pops. I would think at this point, Chicago Pops, that has to be true. I wish 10 more people confronted Hillary Clinton, Patricia said. See, I don't mind, people saying how they feel or demonstrating, protesting, outside or wherever they're allowed to protest. I think that's absolutely, that would have been a positive thing for me if people had done that. And people from, who wanted to protest about Benghazi and all that, that would have been fine. Hey, Karen, glad that everything is looking well for you down there in Florida. Amazon took down all bad reviews, Barbara said. Obama and Hillary are criminals, Patricia said. Yeah, will the sanctions work for the dictator in North Korea? Hey, Pilot. I don't think so. I really don't. But we'll see. She doesn't. The cold and robot Hillary shows up. They are murderers, Mike said. Yeah, I mean, it's really horrendous. And knowing, what I just told you a little while ago about what the contractor said, knowing that the security down there was ineffective, cleaning up your yard. Yeah, I saw the roof, Karen. At least it was minor damage on the roof, it looked like. So I'm so glad that you're okay. The path of death from the Clintons is decades long. I know, Mike. Jesse Waters would have been blocked by armed security. Exactly, John. I tell you, there should have been much more security down there in Benghazi. And we all know that. And this would never have happened if other things had been put in place. Let's see. Remember the Texas attorney? Will they restore power to Florida? Eventually. They said it might be days to weeks for some people. Why come forth so many years later? Marianne said. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? Yes, now try to find someone to fix it. Maybe a while. Yeah, probably, Karen. Some have it already. Yep. And Julia, thank you for sending me that information yesterday on the Red Cross. That was Dave Martin, who's a councilman in Houston, was begging people, hey, Kimmy, begging people not to give any money at all to the Red Cross. He said the Red Cross, there were 20 people from the Red Cross who stayed in 5-star hotels while they were down there. So 20 people in 5-star hotels. But they said, oh, but we got discounts. So let's see. If it was $400 a night, you got what? $50 discount per person, perhaps? Why were you staying in five-star hotels when everybody else was trying to swim for their lives and survive down there in Harvey, in Houston. Unapologetic. The Red Cross, yes, 20 people from the Red Cross stayed in a five-star hotel, but they said no problem. We had discounted rates. Patricia said, I like the face-to-face meeting and looking someone in the eyes who has done so much evil like Hillary. Rescue was recalled. Benghazi was a collusion. Mueller should be looking at it. Well, how do you know, John, that Mueller's not part of that? Charge my family for donuts when homeless? Oh, my God. Phil, that's horrible. When they say that's all that was available. Somebody just sent to me, and I haven't looked at it. They're saying that the Red Cross destroyed dog food that they had. So that's allegation. They dumped all the dog food. Did the story get published? I don't know which story you're talking about. American Red Cross get published. That was One American News Network is where that came to me from about the Red Cross. Julia sent that to me. Yeah, I never ever give a penny to the Red Cross. Yeah, Gary says he thinks Hillary watched the Benghazi in real time. I do too. Slept in their van while they helped Texas. Wow. There were other people like the VOP. They had tents and everything else. Hey, how are you, Nancy? Good to see you. Slate published one, good info and that, Julia said. Yeah, I mean, so despicable. The Red Cross pockets too much off the top. Yeah, Patricia, probably you get about maybe 10% if you're lucky going to people. If you guys could at this point, if you would please retweet. We're at the halfway point. That would be great if you would do that. Oops. I lost all my people there. There we go. There we got back. All right. Please invite your followers and retweet, and we'll keep going on. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Gammy. Red Cross should be ashamed. They should be. They absolutely should be. Not only should they be ashamed, they should be put out of business. They really should be put out of business. Huh. Hope Hicks' Twitter was shut down. Why? Because they announced that she was going to be the communications director. Woman was filling up her SUV to donate to local shelters. So sad of Red Cross. I know. And some people, there was a woman who lost her life in Florida going out and looking to make sure that everybody was okay. A tree fell on her and she was killed. So, the Red Cross is saying in 5-star hotels, while other people, real people, are out there taking care of other people. I know. No, Red Cross, get out. Mass reporting is the thought. Huh. I don't know, Lisa, that's very strange. In my opinion, so many women in the Caribbean like Hillary so much is because of what they lack within themselves and their cultures. In their minds, Hillary comes across as strong and unafraid to confront a man, Monique said. Oh. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Did I see the nun cutting a tree? I didn't see that. How many people injured in the hurricane? I have no idea. We're still not finding out. I haven't heard that much information on Florida. Bill said, I volunteered for the Red Cross in the past hurricanes, and I can appreciate the fact that people are staying in a hotel, maybe not in a 5-star. I agree that they probably waste money. Yeah, I mean, you don't stay in a 5-star hotel. Yeah, Karen, well, yours is different, Karen. You work there. But you don't stay there when other people don't have a place to sleep. And if you're going to stay there, they maybe invite other people. Oh, Karen's on the Weather Channel. How many people have you heard in Florida that were injured or killed in Florida? If you know, Karen. I mean, like I said, the VOP slept in their cars and they put up tents and things of that nature. Lisa, it was just announced yesterday that she was going to be the communications director. And maybe it was just overwhelmed with people being nasty to her and tweeting to her. John said, I slept in the front seat of my truck for 5 days in Houston. I know, John. Why weren't you at a 5-star hotel, I mean, come on. Even if you could have been, I think, just my personal opinion, it would have said very little of you if you had done that. I just think when other people are suffering, you don't check into a 5-star hotel, especially when it's your job to help those people. That's what you're getting donations for. But again, that's just my opinion. So there you go. The Texas attorney who came out and said the other day, tweeted out saying that he wouldn't mind if Betsy DeVos were sexually assaulted. He has now resigned from the law firm that he was in, and he is also, he may be in a little bit of trouble from the community college where he's an adjunct professor and works there part-time teaching paralegal studies. The people that needed help weren't in hotels. That's right, John, they weren't. So anyway, that Texas attorney, for doing what he said, now he's lost one job. He may be losing another job. I don't know. He may have to leave Texas in order to be able to practice again anywhere. People will recognize that name. I don't know why he would say that about Betsy DeVos. Certainly inappropriate to say that. And some people said that he's married and has, daughters. And that's, I mean, you can't believe that somebody would actually say that with daughters. Good, glad these people are paying for their stupidity. And, for the longest time, look at how they got away with that. Aletha and whoever else said that. Lindsey Graham is live on Facebook about Obamacare. Oh, that's just great. Is John with him? Hey, John, good to see you. Lindsey Graham, I don't know if he's got John McCain in tow with him all the time these days. These are the same people who are always talking about stopping rape culture. I know. They need to prepare better. Who is they, 565? Karma is real, Patricia. Could have been hacked. Seems to be happening a lot. Yes. Clinton was on The View just a moment ago. Oh, my goodness, Tennessee said. I thought we were going to repeal Obamacare. I know. Exactly, Pilot. These are the same people. Okay, the bots are back. Is Graham wearing his pink stocking cap? Does he need to wear the pink stocking cap? Don't you always see it there, even if it's there or not? I mean, come on. The View, yes. Who watches The View? Seriously, does anybody in here watch The View? MAGA strikes again, Joyce said. No, I mean, Big Ralph, I haven't seen The View. I think maybe I watched it once when it first came out. And that's when Rosie O'Donnell was on there, for God's sakes. And that was bad enough. The View is bad. I can't believe that it's still going on. I watched it years ago just to see Elizabeth. That's right, Huey, when she was on there. Let's talk about McCain being pardoned by Nixon, John said. I never liked Whoopi. Yeah. Spencer said to condone one rape is, let's see, to condone one rape is done all rape. If I wanted a good laugh, you watch. Joy said she watched The View. Yep, everybody watched it to see Elizabeth. But, I mean, now, Barbara, remember when Barbara Walters was on it, too? I think that's when Rosie and Barbara and some of those people were on. And Joey Vila, whatever her name is. I'm incensed about Cali Sanctuary City. How about, are you incensed about California Sanctuary State? Because that's coming. Don't watch the Moron's View. No. Whoopi's always been a hypocrite. Suppose pink cats watch it. Probably. Rape is never okay. Beck said, I like Whoopi, wink, wink. Rosie blocked me on Twitter. Well, good for you. I'm glad. You'll be better off. Dr. Kelly Ward for Arizona Senator. Absolutely, John. Most people feel that way. The View sucks. How about the people versus state of California? I'm all for that, Nancy. Fingers still waking up. I know, Spencer. Sometimes it's hard to do that in the morning. To type properly. Get the right letters. Let's see what else. City in Maryland voted to allow non-citizens to vote. Did that finally pass, Lori? I know they were talking about it. Where do I start a class action lawsuit? Nancy, just go talk to an attorney, and they'll help you with that. Just make sure the attorney is a Republican and not a Democrat. And that'll be hard to find there in Los Angeles. Well, Kid Rock follows you, Barbara said. Follows me, Barbara. Why do they have the right to vote? Well, they shouldn't, Ruthie, but you see, they can vote that in. Yeah, I know, Nancy. It's going to be hard to find a Republican attorney, but, keep looking. I was a practicing attorney who's Republican. Someone needs to confront Whoopi on her blackface incident with Ted Danson. Yeah, Joyce, that's when she and Ted were dating. You don't like Trump. Well, that's okay, 565. Just be respectful, because people in here do. Sarah Huckabee Sanders said, when asked, the DOJ should certainly look at prosecuting James Comey, former FBI director. And absolutely should do that. There's so many things. Hey, mighty blessed one, how are you? You have to be a citizen, not just a resident. Not in local city type voting situations. You can do that if you are a non-citizen in certain states. I'm sure that's going to happen in California one of these days, really soon. Gotta run, Susan. Okay, have a stellar day, you two, Hugh. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Looking for a new state. They're all terrible. I tell you, Nancy, that's the hard part, figuring out where to go. Sacramento Bee said Governor Brown is not sure he wants to approve the sanctuary state bill. Governor Brown, if he wants to ever run for any office again, he'd better not. There are no attorneys in heaven. Hell is full of them. John said, based on what Graham is saying right now, it sounds like the Senate is finally getting motivated to pass their own bill. What do you think about that? I think that's good, Bill. And just like you said, and I agreed with you, I think that's what President Trump was trying to do by working with the Democrats, scare the Republicans into acting. Let's call Brown today. Yeah, where is he, Nancy? I wonder what country he's in today. China, perhaps? Praying protection over South Korea, China, Japan, and all areas that North Korea can harm. Yes, and the United States. Governor Moonbeam, yes. Doubling down on nuclear program after sanctions, North Korea is. Governor Brown wants to run for president. I know, Patricia. Ugh, don't remind me. Brown wants to run. Kamala wants to run. The guy yesterday that I told you about, the CEO, D-I-M-O-N, Damon, I think, was it Alex Damon? Susan, you may have to start practicing law again. California residents need you. Lori, I'm telling you, practicing law in California is a pain. Los Angeles County workers forbidden to travel to anti-DACA states now. Oh, come on. Brown knows he's ruining his and his father's legacy, Catherine said. Yep. This month is only half over, so much going on. Kid Rock. Yeah, a lot of people, what do you think about Kid Rock? Is everybody for him? What are the thoughts there? You don't wish that one on any woman. It's demonic. Josette's talking about the rape culture stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I'm voting for Assemblyman Travis Allen for governor of California, Patricia said. He's a bit rough, Nancy said. Beck's all for it. I think we want a California running for president. We lose that state. Anyway, the state's already gone right now. California is like pretty much gone. I don't know how you could turn this state around. It would take a miracle. Will the Dems actually put more than 3 candidates up? Oh, yeah, they will in 2020. They certainly will. They'll get somebody. He did a not nice language speech, but right on and funny in a concert. It will be a miracle, Ruthie said. Yeah, it absolutely would be. You can now walk on the freeways in Los Angeles. How's that, Nancy? Because there are no shoulders for a lot of these streets in Los Angeles. I played my mom Kid Rock's concert clip, shocked, but she loved it. We will rise, yes. Deport the illegals to turn California around, yes. People shouting F Trump at kids' concert, of course. Where was it? An earthquake? Oh, God. No, we don't need an earthquake in California. DACA was a joke. To be for it clearly demonstrates your lack of intellect. Well, it's going to be, I'm curious to see what happens with DACA. The sign says, watch out for pedestrians on the 101. Yeah. Well, the 101 isn't the freeway, but California primary process is so rigged when you have 2 Dems picked to run for Senate. Yeah, I've been waiting on so many people in the restaurant from Miami to Palm Bay to Tampa, Naples, Fort Myers, Melbourne, Titusville, Merritt Island, all food and no water pressure throughout. Wow, you've been working for 3 days, Karen. Oh, the Ventura Fury. Okay. Kid Rock from Michigan loves Trump. Eminem from Michigan hates Trump, so I'll take Kid Rock. Kid Rock for 1,000, Alex. California primary. Okay, another bot. They have to go. Welcome to Mexico. Yeah, it was so funny here. I don't know if you remember this, Nancy, but a few years back when they had I forget what the occasion was. I don't know the name, but the all the Hispanics in California decided on this one particular day they weren't going to work. It was something that they were demanding, and I don't remember what it was. But they decided they weren't going to work that day, and it was like a statewide boycott. And I'll tell you what, the freeways, my gosh, were wonderful. There was nobody on the road. It was so great. You could get anywhere you wanted to. You could go. It was wonderful, Nancy. It really was. A day without Mexicans. There you are. And, I mean, people were like, the Mexicans afterwards were going, whoa, maybe we shouldn't do that again. that didn't go so well for us. So after that, that's when I think the American flags came out. Yeah. 800,000 amnesties, 8 million new Democrat voters over the next 20 years, Spencer said. Joyce said she loves Kid Rock. I know, bring it back. Let's have that every day. I mean, the freeways was so nice. You could actually get from point A to point B without too much trouble. Robert said they all want to be on the same stage with Trump. They will be squashed on live TV. Yeah, could be. A lot of people, like I said, do like Kid Rock. They probably like him because he's not a politician. Illegal immigrants are the best carpoolers. I've seen 8 get out of a car. Okay, K-Sippy, that's funny. No, that's funny. They took vacation time or lost pay. Did they, Ruthie? A lot of people, I don't know if they took time off or they just didn't show up. I'm not sure. Some people probably took vacation and sick day off. And the kids weren't in school either. That was the only thing I think the schools lost money that day. Everybody else, we were like, whoa, this is great. I love driving on the freeways now. I'm sure LA, that's probably the least amount of traffic they've had in 30 years in LA that day. There's, I don't know, this is a rumor. Schools would be amazing. I know, Nancy. The White House is thinking, well, they're trying to encourage President Trump, those around him, which sounds a little odd. I'm not sure that that's happening. But they want him to think about lowering the refugee numbers down to 50,000 per year rather than where Obama set it at about, 100,000, like double that and more. So I think that would be a great thing. I'm not sure why. Does anybody have a guess in your mind? Why do we need, I know, zero, Nancy, why do we need to take in refugees each and every year? And why does there have to be a number set? Why do we need 50,000? Why do we need 100,000? And I understand, we're compassionate. We're the, la 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 la, all the reasons. But why Democrat voters, there you go, Amanda. I mean, really, so foreign nationalists can control us, Nancy said. Votes so they can vote Democrat. Help them there. Dems need votes. How about zero? Catherine said yes. Zero's right for Patricia. What about Christians who persecuted? Why aren't they here? Yeah, well, Ruthie, Obama didn't like the Christians coming in. Wouldn't it be more compassionate to help them take back their homes? Wouldn't it be? Well, then you'd have that people saying unapologetic, you're trying to interfere with another country. When will the vigilante force rise up? Nancy said. I'm not sure it already hasn't. You guys heard what a Democrat congressman said about General Kelly? Yes. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, Josette. The chain migration figures to a 10-to-1 ratio. For every amnesty, 10 more will chain on and become citizens over the next 20 years. If 11 million are given amnesty, over 100 million will chain on, Spencer said. I agree with that because, that's the problem. If you allow DACA people to become citizens or you grant them amnesty, you're granting that for 11 million more people. Oh, did you see Cardinal say the Pope really said press reported wrong? They say that a lot about the Pope. They always say the press reported it wrong. Hey, Marie. So I don't know if the Pope said it or not, but, But anytime that the public kind of speaks out and they don't like what the Pope says, always somebody comes out and said, no, they got that wrong. But if the public's okay with it, then there's never a problem. Hey, Katie, good to see you. We should freeze all migration from the nations who are flagrant in violations for the next 120 years. So the ones here can all go back to their proper nation, Spencer said. Okay, Marie, how did you really know what DACA was? Susan, everyone from other countries want to be here. We might as well own their country. I know, Robert. I mean, but again, people are telling us don't get involved in other people's business in other countries, and yet here they're coming here. Pope did not know. What didn't he know, Barbara? Yeah, so, I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. I think we should take people based upon need. I like that, what is it, RAISE Act, that wants to bring people in that are skilled, the people that we need. You prefer, Facebook Live, there are not very many people in that, Marie. Legal immigration has gone up from 300,000 to 1 million per year. Way too many. There are actually 30 million illegal aliens in the USA. Wouldn't be surprised. They have to assimilate, but they don't, Tennessee. I guess it's Tennessee, deplorable. All about it. The cardinal said he spoke not with facts. Who can support themselves? Exactly, Marianne. I think we've just gone way overboard. Stop donating to Catholic Church and the Pope will come around, Big Ralph said. That's true. But they still get money from the illegals coming over. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, the YouTube is good. More people, a lot of people from Florida are out. So a lot of people from Florida, Canada are usually over on YouTube as well. Yeah, it's maybe I'll become an illegal. Well, Nancy, if you did, you would have more rights. You'd be able to go to the emergency room. You would get food stamps. You would get a lot of free stuff. We hurt those countries by taking away their talented and educated, Lisa said. Waving Mexican flags, Patricia said, right? Let's see, if 800,000 are granted amnesty, the other 11 to 30 million will never be denied their amnesty. It's death from 1,000 cuts for the American demographics. America will become another Mexico, Spencer said. Catholic charities help refugees come and illegals. Yeah, they get paid about $2,000 per head. Maybe we should stop paying taxes and use dead people's social security numbers. Yeah, there you go, Nancy. That would be, of course. See, Nancy, if you or I did something like that, we would be in jail for the rest of our lives. We would be caught. There would be no excuse. There would be no amnesty for us. I'd still report you to ICE, though. Tennessee said. I think we would become another Mexico if we continued to kill our unborn. That's true, too, Ruthie. Illegal aliens don't love our country. Well, yeah, I mean, they love the benefits of our country. I don't know what else they do or don't love. I know they love the free stuff that they get. I do know that. Just go to the emergency rooms any day of the week and you'll see. 5 people, yes. 565, we talked about in the beginning about that. 5 people in a nursing home were found dead because they didn't have electricity. The power went out there. They've moved the other remaining 100. Why didn't the Pope speak out against Obama on gay marriage and abortion? That's what I asked yesterday, Jessette. Now, Richmond, Virginia seems like it's becoming a little bit like Chicago. 9 people have died in the past 8 days in Richmond, Virginia. You might want to look it up, but I bet you a Democrat is in charge there. The problems are coming, they say, from 4 public housing locations where the killings have occurred. Police have arrested more than, listen to this. Police have arrested more than 700 people this year from those 4 public housing areas. They say that the cause of the killings are probably related, most likely, to drug wars. And there have been 59 killings so far this year, 67 last year, and 61 of those were deemed to be homicides. So I would say Richmond, Virginia has a little bit of a problem. And it's sounding a lot like Chicago. It is crazy. Big heroin problems in Virginia, Patricia said. Maybe Ben Carson can look into those housing projects there. Build the wall. Yep. It'll be interesting to see what, I'm sure we won't hear what Paul Ryan and Nancy Pelosi are going to talk about today. I'm sure not much, because I'm sure they're on the same page. There won't be much to talk about. They're already there. Richmond has left-wing black mayor, Big Ralph said. Well, I knew it had to be a Democrat. So some Dallas's Lee statue is put up so well it will not come down, Barbara said. Good. Catholic farmer was banned from selling produce or his products because of his gay marriage stance in Michigan. Yeah, Trump wants to start the wall in California, and of course they're not happy about it. The Catholic farmer won't let the same-sex couples rent his property for weddings, and so the farmer's market is saying, you can't sell your stuff here. So he's going to court over that. I worked for HUD for years, and there is a one-strike rule, but they always side with the tenant, Joyce said. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Where in Michigan? I'm not sure of the location in Michigan. Sorry about that. We build earthen mounds around the projects to keep the bullets inside, Ralph said. Pretty amazing news. In other news, probably another Democrat-run state and city, Seattle Mayor Ed Murray announced his resignation on Tuesday after a new sexual abuse allegation surfaced. This is the 5th sexual abuse allegation against him. In April, he was accused of sexually abusing a teenage boy about 30 years ago. He said he was, the allegations are, the young man said he was repeatedly raped when he was a 15-year-old boy and the mayor was 32. And another person said he was paid for sexual acts. Hey, Kathy. And another person who has fallen, a colonel, a well-respected colonel, Daniel Wilson, 56, a Marine who served for more than 3 decades, was convicted Saturday of molesting the 6-year-old daughter of another Marine. And, the details are pretty bad on that one. So he was sentenced to, and listen, he was sentenced to only 5.5 years for sexual abuse of a child and 6 counts of conduct unbecoming of an officer and a gentleman, as well as absent without leave. So he only got 5.5 years for basically destroying someone's life. I've worked from 6 until 11 on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, half day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner buffets. But Sunday at 8, the gas line in the kitchen went down. Wow, Karen, you really have worked hard throughout this whole entire time with Florida, and not knowing about your house or anything else. Yeah, 565. He needs to stay in prison, but he won't. Democrats just love that pedo stuff, like Anthony Weiner and Bob Menendez. Joyce said. Yeah, Bob hasn't been, his thing is still going on, so he hasn't been found guilty or innocent yet. Barb, you got repeat bottled too. Podesta too. Big Blues said. Big Blues stew. Big Blues stew. A bot. Oh. It spelled out bottle for you, Nancy. Just assumed. Parrot bots in here. I know. Again, I'm wondering, what is the benefit of parrot bots? Why would somebody do that? Let's see. In case there's some single people out there, the Tupac Shakur Day celebrating the thug life, Big Ralph said. OkCupid is a popular dating site. It allows users to kind of refine who they're looking for. And the news site claims that they can connect you with people who are pro-Planned Parenthood. And the news site says that explains it as that shared cause is sexy. So if you're looking for somebody who believes in Planned Parenthood and what they do, just go to OkCupid and you can find the love of your life there. You have a great day too, Amanda. Thanks for coming in. They are never found innocent, only not guilty, Spencer said. I know. How gross is that, Lisa? Send the Dems to Planned Parenthood. Maybe not a bad idea. Shame on me as well. Oh, gosh. it'll be interesting to see, with the border wall and what we get. I'm hoping so much so that we do get that border wall, but we'll see. If you will, guys, if everybody will please reshare this, retweet this, I would really appreciate it. I would just want to let you know, and I'll remind you tomorrow, Friday, we won't be having this on Friday. I have an appointment I have to go to. So Friday, we will not have a scope. Maybe later in the day, but we will have one tomorrow, so please be back tomorrow. Patricia said the illegals are flooding our borders because they think that amnesty is coming. Please write your congressman, man or woman, and tell them they won't vote for them again if they give amnesty. Very good, Patricia. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, guys. All right, everybody on YouTube, take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow.